Is there a massive dump coming? Altcoins are crushing Bitcoin right now. We know what happened last time, right? After that happened, everything went. Is that a bad thing? I'm a little bit worried right now. We should talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. I'm also going to talk about on this show the market cycle, where we're at. We're going to talk about altcoins versus Bitcoin. We're going to talk about how do we get to 100K Bitcoin, which would make us some juicy gains in our altcoins, baby. And we're going to talk about some bonus NFT stuff. If you're ready for that, do one of these for me on that button. Mwah, 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 because let's get it on. Welcome to the Kale Show. Hey, I've got some good stuff for you today, guys. We're going to talk about Plan B. We're going to talk about some charts. We're going to talk about some altcoins that are doing really well. We're going to talk about some bonus NFT stuff, okay? So just stay with me. All right, this is what I want to talk about first is Plan B. My man Plan B, if you don't know who this is, you shouldn't be in crypto. He is predicting literally the exact monthly closes the past 3 months. He tweeted this in June, and in August he said we'd be above 47K. We hit 47K. We basically closed the month at 47K. In September, we closed the month right at 43K. He said October will close about 63K. He kind of looks like he's going to be right on that. Look, we're hovering right here at 60,000. We have 6 days left in October. If we go up here to 63,000, that wouldn't shock anyone. He's basically calling every single price correct for the past 3 months. And he's been calling the price of Bitcoin right ever since, I don't know, 2010 with the stock to flow model. He's one of the smartest people in the world. So when this guy talks, you kind of have to listen. And he's saying November is going to be 98K. And he's saying December is going to be 135K. And he's basing this on-chain data, not necessarily his stock to flow model. So when I see this, I think, holy crap, where is all this money going to come from? And if this is true, what is going to happen with our altcoins, right? Because we need to decide basically right now if this is true. Because if this is true, this is the biggest, life-changing, juiciest, most important time in all of our lives. Seriously, the next 3 months, if this is true, if we go to November, if we go to 98K in November and 135K in December or higher, this is going to be the most life-changing wealth creation period of time in the history of mankind. Okay, if you buy anything, and especially altcoins, you are going to make more money than you've ever thought about in your life. So we need to figure out, is this true? So let's talk about it. So the next thing he talks about is RSI, and RSI also looks good. As you can see here, the RSI typically goes up to around 90 or higher at the end of these bull markets and stays there for 2, 3, 4 months. We aren't even up in the 90 range yet. We're in about the 70, 80 range right now. So we haven't even kind of reached peak, like, everyone buy Bitcoin, everyone buy Bitcoin, But it's kind of weird for me. Like, it's hard for me to get my head around this because in my head, I can't really understand why you would buy Bitcoin over Ethereum, or why you would buy Ethereum over Polkadot, or why you would buy Polkadot over any of the coins that I'm about to show you here. I can't understand that, but I guess people are old. So if there are old people that are willing to buy Bitcoin for a 3x gain from here, that's great. And that is going to help us. And I think that's kind of what Plan B is talking about here with the RSI. He's saying that there are institutions and people that are a little more risk averse, where they think that Bitcoin is this risky investment, when we all know, those of us watching this channel are probably a lot more risk on, right? We don't feel like Bitcoin is a very risky investment at this point, right? I personally do not. I would much rather hold this than that scam dollar that we call the US dollar, right? And so when people come in, they're like thinking, oh, this is really risky, right? And they're putting some of their risk money in here. And I think that's probably why we get up here. So I want to talk about a little bit, we'll go back to Pentoshi in a second. But I think that this may be the catalyst that kind of gets us over the edge, because there has to be something here. The ETF's out, everything's good there. I think that maybe a few people are taking profits here at 60K, which makes sense, because if it was me, I would sell all my Bitcoin and start putting it into altcoins. And I'll show you exactly why in a second, because it's working. It's working really, really well, right? But, people that are dumb and don't have a brain, I guess they are just kind of, taking profits here, like taking it easy. But I do think that this is what's going to happen. So the last week of October and the first week of November, there are a lot of big earnings reports coming out. Okay, so we have 40% of the S&P 500. Facebook, Google, a bunch of the tech companies are reporting earnings. I think Twitter as well. I'm not positive on that. And a bunch of other companies here in the first week of November. So we haven't had any big announcements yet, which has kind of surprised me, that another corporation like a Tesla or a MicroStrategy type thing where they bought a bunch of Bitcoin. I do think that is kind of coming. I kind of just feel that. I'm going to call that on this channel right here, right now. Not that I have any insider information or anything, guys, but I just think everything has kind of been too perfect here for this not to happen, right? Because we had so much fun. If you guys just remember, if you kind of scroll back on this chart, remember when we were going down here on Bitcoin? Remember all the stuff that happened? Remember China? Remember it was like China bans it, and then it was like Elon hates it, the environment hates it, everyone hates it, your mom hates it, your grandma hates it too. And like as we were going down, there was just bad news after bad news after bad news after bad news after bad news. And then finally, once we reached our bottom, it just was like, good news, good news, good news, good news, good news, good news. And then it was like ETF, 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 right? And so in order to go, blasting through this and go all the way through up to 130K, and like Plan B says, I think that there's just something orchestrated. I think that all of the big companies have basically already filled their bags down here. They had 3 months to do it, right? They had 3 months to buy Bitcoin down here. So I think they've already got their bags filled, and now they want that 3, 4, 5x that they paid for down here in the 30K. And in order to get that 3, 4, 5x, they have to release more good news, right? And so they own all the news stations, they control everything, and they're going to start releasing good news. They're going to start releasing some people that bought Bitcoin in quarter 3, in quarter 4, or in quarter 3, excuse me. And I think that's going to be the biggest one. I think like when someone comes ahead, some big company announces it here in the next couple of weeks, we're going to rip. We're going to absolutely rip. And then there's probably some unexpected news that I can't fathom right now, but I do think that there is orchestrated news coming for Bitcoin because it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. There's just nothing about this chart that feels right that, oh, we would come back up to this all-time high and then we're just going to dump again. Like I guess it could happen. I guess we could lose all of our money. I think it's a 90% chance though that this has all been orchestrated, that the big money bought down here, right, in the low 30s and wants to get their 4 or 5x by getting to 150K. They have the news ready to go. They're just waiting for another week here or something, and they're going to launch that news and we're going to go catapulting, okay? So that's what I honestly think. Now, Pentoshi is actually on vacation and he's actually thinking about retiring, so I'm taking a lot of his words with a little bit more of a grain of salt than I normally would because he's not focused, right? When you're not focused in this market, this is when you get burned. And I know that for a fact because it's happened to me, okay? So closing below 58K would be a problem after an all-time high break. From a market structure perspective, this would be pretty bearish. You'd want price closing above the old range, okay? So basically he's saying if we close below 58K, he thinks that would be kind of a bearish sign for Bitcoin. We're not there yet. We're at 60K here, but we do need to hold the line here, okay? Which is, again, why I think that there is some good news coming here, right, guys? I think I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. Anyone else? If you can feel some good news coming, smooch on that button for me, please. Help me out. That would really help me. So let's talk about the charts a little bit here, then we'll move on to small coins. It's very interesting what's happening in the cycle, guys, because I definitely wanted to talk to you about like where we're at in the cycle and this alt versus Bitcoin thing, because it's kind of freaky. Like you see coins like Shiba Inu pumping. You see Dogecoin doing okay. You see Ethereum starting to rip here. Look, like Ethereum is starting to rip here against Bitcoin. It's starting to rip against the US dollar. It's also starting to rip against Bitcoin. If you see this is Ethereum Bitcoin chart. It's starting to go up against Bitcoin. And the last time that we saw this, remember, was up here. Right? The last time that we saw altcoins and everything go crazy was up here when we were just about to lose our pants. Okay, we were just about to lose all of our money. And so it does concern me a little bit just to see all of this happening, because you're like, whoa, like Polkadot is doing really, really well. Ethereum is doing really, really well. And then you see guys like me making money hand over fist in this market, okay? Like this altcoin portfolio, okay, guys? I've been telling you about this portfolio since day one if you just go back and watch my channel, okay? This thing is a monster. If you go to 7 days here, it's not gonna show the percent change. This is incorrect. Okay, I'm gonna go over on my screen actually over here so I can see the exact percent change, because I don't want to lie to you guys or anything like that. Okay, so this portfolio, holy crap, 7 days ago, there was, yikes, that's, I can't give away the exact numbers, but let's just say it's up about 45% in 7 days, and it is up, wow, it's up almost 85%, this portfolio right here, 85% in 14 days, okay? I posted it on my Twitter as well. Just the magnitude of this, you can't really tell on here, but if this is almost doubling, it is almost doubled in 14 days, this altcoin portfolio. And so if you could have held Bitcoin for 14 days, or you could have held all these juicy altcoins that I'll talk about here in a second, and you could have doubled your money basically, which is what happened to me. Okay, so it's pretty nice. Like I'm feeling nice and cozy here. That's great. Like, but at the same time, I'm like, wow, this is happening pretty quickly, right? As soon, I told you guys for months and months and months that as soon as we cross this line, this total market cap line, right? Everything was going to go nuts. Like everything was going to be easy. Like money was just going to be flowing into this market. And it's pretty much exactly what happened. Exactly when we crossed this line is when my portfolio absolutely started going crazy, and it's already doubled basically. So I hope you guys paid attention. I hope you guys are in on some of these altcoins here. But here's the thing, like the crazy thing when I think about this, guys, when you talk about, let's talk about the examples for a second. Okay, so Altura obviously has been going absolutely nuts. If you look at the chart, we bought in, if you've been watching this channel, we bought in down here. My total cost on this. If you look at my portfolio, my average buying price is 0.29, okay? Is 0.29, so 2 cents basically. And that means I'm up 160% on my Altura investment, 160%, which is pretty phenomenal, right? For D-Race, my average buy price is $1.38, okay? So I bought in down here $1.38, and I'm up 137%. Okay, Moon River. Before, and don't just like leave the video and think, oh, I missed it, because just hold on a second, okay? Just watch this, okay? Moon River, my average buy price is like 338. So I bought like here, so I'm up a little bit there. I'm up like 15%. PBR, 41 cent average buy price. PBR is an incredible one, obviously. And you guys have seen all these. If you want more details on these, what did I buy this at? 41 cents. 41 cents, and we are up to 61 cents. So I am up 45% on PBR. I'm gonna go quick through these guys, really quick, just so you guys know what's going on. Polka markets. I didn't put UFO in here. Where's UFO? Oh my gosh. Okay, Polka markets. I'm up 58%. UFO. I'm up 189%. If you just go to UFO. UFO, I'm up 189%. I'm just gonna read these off really quickly. Polka City, I'm up 50%. Joe, I'm down 14% on Joe. I still expect that one to be massive. Polka Starter, I'm up 42%. I'm just reading off the actual like portfolio over here on the right, guys, if you're wondering. PDEX, I'm up 14%. Kylan, I'm up 24%. Ocean, I'm up 9%. Aleph, I'm up 12%. Atari, I'm up 23%. And VPP, 28%. Okay, so these coins, guys, are great. They're doing good, right? Like everything. I'm basically up. I guess I said I was up on it. I'm not up on Atari and VPP. Other ones I'm up on. Okay. And so when you think about that, it's hard. Sorry again, guys, for if I can't show you the exact numbers on the screen, because I don't want to show my balances, right? And I don't want to edit. So that's why. But when you see stuff like this, right? And I'm up 150%, 100%, 100%. You're probably thinking to yourself, it's two things, right? Number one, it's probably too late for you. And I see this so much. So I see it so much that I'm going to draw for you. Okay, guys? Because I can't go through this anymore listening to you guys whine and bitch and moan. Okay. Everyone is saying, when stuff pumps, when you see a pump like this, right? You see this is Altura. Let's say this is ALU, right? This is ALU. This is Dirk, whatever. Okay. This is Dirk. Okay, when you see pumps like this, sorry, you can't see it, hold on. When you see pumps like this and you see like 100 and 150%, a lot of people think to themselves, oh man, I'm either too late, or I need to take profits. Those are the two things that people think. They think too late or take profits. And this is gonna get you burned. This is literally gonna get you burned in the cycle, okay? Because everyone, I don't know, it's like the human brain, I guess. They don't think that things can, they think that when something doubles, that's like as far as it's gonna go. And that doesn't really make logical sense when you think about it from an actual perspective of how much money is flowing into this market, okay? Because I'll show you right now real quick what I expect to happen with these two. With ALU and Dirk, right, these are my two biggest holdings. I expect these to do another 10 to 20x from here, okay? Another 10 to 20x from here. And I know that this line is not even proportional, right? Like this would seem like this would be another 3x, right? Because when I can't even draw, this is the issue. This is why the human brain doesn't do it right? Because you can't visualize a 10x. A 10x is off the screen literally, right? So if anyone is showing you like a chart, they're like, oh, ALU is doing really, really well. And it looks like this, it looks disgusting, right? It looks like, oh my gosh, like this is just blowed up. Like I can't get into this. But in reality, it's just because the chart is squished, right? The chart can't really demonstrate how far this is gonna go. It's just gonna break this chart even more. Like once this is done, once this goes all the way, it's gonna look, this little bump right here is gonna look like this tiny little bump down here. You see that, guys? You see this little bump? You can't even see it. That's the issue. This little bump down here is gonna look like this. Because everything is going to go exponential in this market, and I can prove it to you, okay? Because if you just go to just basic stuff that you should know if you're in crypto. The total market cap, right? When we cross this line, we are at 2.58 trillion. If you go back to 2017, okay, when we crossed that line and we went parabolic for the last, which is what's going to happen the rest of this bull run, okay? We were at 1.64 billion in market cap total, as a total market cap, every crypto combined, okay? And we went up to 760 billion. So we did a 7x in the next 2.5 months. 7x. The entire market did a 7x. And when it comes to other altcoins, I'm kind of skipping ahead here, but I'm just trying to kind of flow. If you go to total 2, it got even more disgusting. Okay, actually, total 3 is the biggest one. Okay, because all the money was made here on the little altcoins, not Ethereum and not Bitcoin. Okay, so right now we're at 900 billion on total 3, which is all the altcoins besides Ethereum and Bitcoin. Right? If we go back to 2017, I'm doing this live, so excuse me. I just wanted to show you this. Okay, if we go back to this in 2017, you'll see that once we cross this line, I'm sorry about my face being in the way. Let me move it. Let me move my stupid face. I can't, there's nowhere to move it. Okay, I'm just gonna move the chart. Come on, baby, come on, baby. Okay, we were at $40 billion in market cap, and all the other altcoins went up to 360 billion. So someone do the math. What is 360 divided by 40? Okay, that's the math we need. 360 divided by 40. So all of the other altcoins did a 9x from here. They did. And a lot of them outperformed the other ones, okay? So the whole market cap, like if you blindly threw some money at altcoins, like any of the altcoins in 2017, you got a 9x. Blindly. If you threw them at the good altcoins, the ones that, because obviously some outperformed others, you probably got a 20x. 20x in these tiny little altcoins is coming, okay? It's coming. It's going to repeat what happened in 2017. It might even be crazier because there's more money in the market, right? And so that's why I don't understand when people are like, I'm not taking profits here, guys. Like 150% gains is not why I bought ALU. If I wanted 150% gains and I wanted to cash out, what I would do, I would have just bought like something really safe like Polkadot, right? Because Polkadot will give me my 150% gains, right? Polkadot will just go up to $100, $150, maybe $200, $300, $400 by the end of this cycle, and then I'll just cash it out, right? It's very simple if that's all I wanted. But these little guys, man, Altura, D-Race, I mean, stuff like Polka City, like, oh my Lord, like it's been down a little. We got it. We were moving here. We're up to like 50 cents. We're still up. If you got in at 11 cents with me, good for you. You're up 3x, right? But this thing could easily go back to $3, and then you'd have, I don't know, what? You'd have another 25, 30x. Like everything that I buy has UFO. I mean, UFO could easily do another 20x from here. Polka Bridge could easily do, I don't know why I can't click, do another 20x from here. Moon River, another 20x. D-Race, another 20x. Altura, another 20x. Polkadex, Kylan, Ocean, Aleph, Atari. I don't own these coins, guys. I don't still hold on to these coins if I think that I'm done, that this is it. No, I know in my heart that this is another 10 to 20x, and I'm not selling. And that's why no one is selling these coins right here. The only thing that would get me worried is what I talked about this entire video, which is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin wants to ruin the party for us, we're screwed. Everyone is screwed. And so that is why I'm really focused in on some of these charts, like Ethereum, Bitcoin. Okay, so we're pumping here, right? We're moving up here. And that's okay. That's all right. But it is a little concerning because this is kind of what happened toward the top at the end. I'll be honest with you guys. Bitcoin dominance is going down, although this is predicted exactly as I predicted it months ago, so this does not concern me at all. Total market cap here looks pretty healthy. Like it really does. Oh, I already scooted back. But it looks pretty healthy, right? We're holding the line here on total market cap, which I think is great. And this is what gives me a little bit of peace here, okay, guys? This is my final piece, and if this makes sense to you and gives you some confidence in the market, not only this, but also plan B, right? Plan B and this model I think is going to play out. I think it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point, okay? And I think this is going to play out no matter what. It might be a little bit bumpy, but I do think it's going to play out. And the second thing that gives me confidence right now, when this market is weird and we're all making a ton of money, and it seems like we shouldn't be, but we are, right? Bitcoin isn't even pumping, but we're making so much money. It's so weird, right? What makes me think that Bitcoin is going to rip here shortly is simple stuff that happened in the past. Okay, so if you look at this chart, this is what I want you to take home. And if you get value out of this, please, I mean, we're 18 minutes in this video. Please smooch on that like button for me. Help me out here, because this deserves to be seen by other people. Okay, because people are starting to think, oh, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Just watch. Okay, look. When we broke the all-time high in 2021, what have we done? We've consolidated here, right? This is one. I mean, we could call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you guys see this? It's like 10 days in a row that we've been just kind of chilling out here on this line. 1, 2, 3, 4, about 10 days here, okay? Let's go back to 2017. Let's see what happened when we broke this line, okay? I know it looks like it's straight up. It looks like it went straight up after that, but really in reality it didn't, okay? If you zoom in on the chart, this is a daily chart. Look what happened. Look how many days we spent around this line. Look at this, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Almost a month just hanging out by this line until it really started to go up. Almost a month. And after we broke the line, because remember, we did break the line, right? We broke this line here. So after we broke the line, how many days was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was from November 13th. It was November 1st to November 13th. So we had 13 days. We had 13 days, guys, to get our panties in order, to get our stuff together. If you were just watching the total market cap, waiting for Bitcoin to rip. 13 days to call your wife and tell her that you need to get a second mortgage on your house because stuff's about to pop off. Okay, and that's basically where we're at right now. I think we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So that means we have 8 days left. There are 8 days left if we're going by 2017, which seems to be pretty predictable at this point. 8 days left, and doesn't that seem like it's just perfect timing? Like why I can't draw on this. You have 8 days, just so you know. That's an 8. Okay, why does everything seem like it's perfect timing? 8 days would put us right into November. That means that October would close around 63K, kind of like Plan B says. Right after that 8 days, we are free to pump all the way up to 98K. November is historically one of the best months for Bitcoin in history. It always goes up in November, okay? And so everyone's gonna buy Bitcoin in November. It just feels right. It just feels like it's gonna happen. It's gonna go up. Bitcoin dominance, everything is gonna just flip. It's gonna, I can't understand why people, actually, I'm never gonna talk about Bitcoin dominance again because people always talk about this and they're like, oh, it's gonna go rip back up and altcoins are gonna get crushed. Well, no, because I already doubled my money, okay? And so, like, I think those days are over. People can buy Bitcoin, people can buy altcoins without buying Bitcoin, okay? So what I basically anticipate happening is if you just go to the chart, right? If you just go to the total chart, is if I just anticipate this going up. I anticipate everything and their mother going vertical here in 8 days. So let me draw this more succinctly, better, right? So we're gonna wait. What we're gonna do is we're gonna chop around here for 5 more days, and then we're gonna go like this, okay? Everything is gonna go like this, full send. And like I talked about in the other videos, okay? Like I talked about in many other videos, okay? And I think you should just go back and watch it. Let me just go and I'll find the exact clip for you because you need to go see this clip, okay? Just go search for the Kale Show on Google, okay? I'm trying to help you out here, okay? Go search for this, okay? I think it's this one. This one is where I start drawing, okay? You need to click on this. Oh, this is Altura. Okay, that's great. That's great. Maybe it's not this one. It might be the one before this. See, we're trying to find it here together, guys. I think it's this one. Hold on. We got more videos. Yes, it's this one. This chart right here, guys, is what you need to go review so that you don't be a wuss. Most people here are going to try to like sell here and dump it into Ethereum and then sell and dump it into altcoins and then sell and dump it into micro altcoins. But if you watch my video, you will see that that is a terrible strategy and that is not going to work. And I think I've proven it to you guys if you've been following me on Twitter. And thank you. I think I just crossed 10,000 followers on Twitter. Thank you guys. Yes, I did. If you've been following me, you're up. You're up a lot on Bitcoin. You're dominating Bitcoin with your gains. And I think that is only going to continue. And the only way that you're going to keep up is if you subscribe to me here and you actually figure this stuff out for yourself. So the last thing, I know I told you guys, I promised you guys, I would talk a couple of quick little things about Neo Tokyo, then I'll be out of your hair. Bonus NFT stuff, okay? Bonus NFT stuff. Neo Tokyo is insane. Alex Becker tweeted this yesterday kind of about me and about how I got airdropped $90,000 from the Citadel yesterday. Literally, they just sent me a free $90,000. If you wonder what that is or how that works, I would encourage you to just go check out my Twitter. The only other NFT project that I'm really focused on right now for the next few days is Bad Grandma. They are launching on Immutable X on Monday. I would encourage you guys to go mint some of these, okay? I have a small enough following right now that I don't think that we will pump this too hard or whatever. But I would encourage you to go and mint these, because last time that I minted something on Immutable X, it turned out extremely well for me. It was Moody Crows. I bought 25 to 30 of them for like a tiny amount of Ethereum for like $4,000 total, and eventually flipped them for 75 to 100K, and I still have 8 of them, okay? And the same thing I anticipate happening here with Bad Grandmas, because it is on Immutable X. It has amazing art. It's just a cool project with great leadership, and I'm just kind of convinced that this one's going to do that 100X again, so I want to warn you guys about 100Xs in the future. So that's all I got. If you enjoyed this, I know this was a longer one, please do your thing. Please help me out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.